One of the things I do want to talk about before I get into, we're going to highlight our, and I'm going to have a video coming out today on perfect day and a perfect week, as well as our weekly activities that we're going to be doing together. But one of the things I want to talk about is just kind of like some housekeeping that I'm seeing when you're dealing with clients. And one of the big things is really two things. So one is we are not the savior of loans. And the more cards that are stacked against them, the faster as a company, I'm going to be really coaching you to probably say no. Give people options, but say, I can't, do not look at how, like, get to the point really quickly. So I've had a lot recently that I had to become the savior. And when there's one thing against you, it's fine. But when there's another, I'm just telling you, there's going to be 5 others, and it's going to make your life hell because they expect you. They also want to close quickly. They want everything to be done really fast, but they're going to have trouble getting you documents and so on and so forth. So for instance, and so that's the first thing. And I'm going to go to some examples in a second. The second is when someone's situation is not straightforward, take the extra time to confirm everything. So just every time you're on the phone, hey, I can't give you a straight up answer right now. Let me just verify. I think we can do this, but let me verify and get back to you. And then when you're trying to get options, be okay asking them additional questions. Hey, I'm trying to verify this, but I need you to confirm, is this, this is whatever. So for instance, what happened to me is, hey, I'm looking to buy a house. I can't get a hold of this loan officer, and we really, we're finding houses that we really like. Can you please talk to my clients? This is the real estate agent, to get them pre-approved. Absolutely. I'm at Disneyland. I'm trying to eat my dinner with my daughter, and I said, okay, I'll just hop on a quick call, send them an application. Tomorrow we're heading to the airport, so I'll be able to look over it then. So I get on a call. Wife is self-employed. Right there, I should have just said, hey, just so you know, you need to pause looking at houses. Because she's self-employed, it's gonna take me longer than traditionally. That's the way I would say it. It's gonna take me longer than traditionally to get them pre-approved and make sure that pre-approval actually means something. Because I swear, if I rush it right now, knowing that she's self-employed, I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to cancel on this deal because they're not actually pre-approved. And our company has seen it way too much where people are rushed. They should never have looked at a house before talking to me. So don't feel bad about telling them, hey, we need to delay. That's how I talk to the agents now. And if an agent picks at you and says, well, how long? Listen, stick to your guns, because the problem is, this is what happened to me, is she said that. She said, well, how long is it going to take? Because we need to submit an offer and lock this in. And what I should have said is, do you like canceling on deals? And do you promise me that if we have to cancel because they're not actually approved, that you're not going to blame me and you're going to blame the client because they did not take the time to talk to me before finding the dream house? And that's what I should have said. Instead, I said, I'll try to rush it as fast as possible. Because what ended up happening was, not only is she self-employed and she writes off freaking everything, and so she makes nothing, but he also just switched employers, and he works a lot of his paycheck is overtime, and his hours changed. That was strike 2. That should have been where I said, hold everything. I need like a week to look at your file. Because then it was, she makes money from child support, but he owes $1,000 a month in child support. Never thought to tell me how much it was. She also doesn't have a way to get documentation proving that she's been receiving child support for the last 12 consecutive months. And it was really challenging, and it just really delayed it. They all blame me for everything. They also didn't have money for a down payment. And so there were so many things that just kept coming up where it was like, we closed it, and I'm like, I can't believe we closed it. If it was my own personal money I was lending, no way. I would have said, get out of here. I don't know how I'm scared they're not going to be able to afford this house. But we made it happen. So just keep in mind that it was so freaking stressful. And honestly, I dropped the ball on other loans I was working on because I had to spend so much time on that loan. And I was constantly being blamed. The agent was very frustrated with me, and to the point where I don't even think she wants to send me any business. Not because it was my fault, and I explained that several times, but it's how it is. So say no fast. And also, when it's not straightforward, take the extra time. I had another one that same thing. They're looking at another house. This is her third time buying a house within the last year and a half, which I know is going to be a red flag because she just got an FHA loan. What he put on his application as far as his pay is different than what's on his pay stub, in a good way, actually, but it's confusing. Why did you put you only work 36 hours a week, but on your pay stub you work 50? And you're telling me that you work overtime. You're only able to talk late at night because you just got off work. Something's not adding up. Then she tells me, well, my credit should be good, but I did take a little bit of a hit because my daughter wasn't paying me for rent on my other property. Well, that should have been a red flag, and I should have verified credit. And that's going to be a big one right now, is verifying credit and saying, listen, this is what a pre-approval, I don't say it on the first call. So I'd say it on the second or third call, after you go over options with them. I would say next step is I'm going to send you a link. You have two options. We can do a hard pull right now where it's no money out of your pocket, but it is a hard inquiry on your credit. And if you take a month to look for a house, I got to do another hard pull on your credit. So, and you're going to get solicited. You're going to get probably 50 phone calls from scammers and spammers. Or you could spend $77.50 and we can do a soft pull from all three bureaus, and the lender will honor those findings. It'll give us a very accurate pre-approval, because what's going to happen is that listing agent is going to call me and they're going to ask, how's the pre-approval? The only other thing they know to ask is, have I pulled credit? And I really cannot lie, because it's going to affect your ability to negotiate down the road. And we've just seen it time and time again where it screws up your ability to negotiate. So I'm telling you, the best option is just to pay the $77.50. We'll do a soft pull, but let's only do that when you're ready to start looking at houses. So if you're not ready to look right now and you want to wait a month, totally fine. But that's going to be the biggest next step, is that you're ready to go, because there's a lot that it comes up on these people's credit reports. And it's becoming someone told me my credit score is just 800 and went to 750. Why did that happen? I'm like, okay, well, your credit's probably fine. You monitor it that much. I'm not super worried about it. Other people who say something like, I don't know where my credit's at, it becomes a bigger issue. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to talk way too much about that, but I do want to talk about the perfect day and a little bit of property radar as well. So I'm going to be putting out this video. It's about the perfect day, but there's a lot of stuff in here that, and stop me anytime if you all have questions. Perfect day, perfect week. So this is something UWM does. I wasn't planning on implementing it, but we're probably going to implement it for our agents as well, because a lot of people just want more structure in their day. And I know everyone has reached out, pretty much everyone, about, hey, I just need to know, like, what else could I be doing? And if you go to YouTube and look up, coaches for loan officers, they're going to tell you a million things to do, because that's in it, whether it works or not, they're trying to just get followers and get people to subscribe to their coaching platform. Not to say it's bad, it's just there's so many things you can do. And so we're going to be implementing this perfect day. It's going to start off as basically off the honor system. So you're going to email me, or if someone's working with Mary as their manager, you're going to email Mary and you're going to say, hey, completed my perfect day today. That's part of your perfect day. I guess it's not, I didn't add it in here, but you're going to say, hey, I completed my perfect day. And then you're going to say, hey, I completed my perfect week. Hey, I had 4 perfect weeks last month. Or, hey, I just had 4 perfect weeks in a row, even though it wasn't in a month. Because we're going to start paying bonuses to people who do this. Either I'm going to send you big gift cards or just cash bonuses or something. I don't know. But we'll incentivize as much as we can. But this is around pretty simple habits. And so it's not copying anything really from UWM, although there are some things that UWM does as well. Not that I copied, it's just I know that this is stuff I naturally do. And so the first one is we're going to be sending, so there's 5 tasks you complete to get a perfect day. I did already edit this presentation, so if there's typos, sorry. But you're going to send 2 videos a day, either to clients, referral partners, leads, or post those videos online. And it could be something super simple like, hey, congratulations, on your clear to close. I know I already texted and called and emailed, but you're on your closing, but just so you know, in a week or so, you're going to get an email about your new mortgage. I'll make sure to forward it to you. I don't get the rest of your emails to set up an account, but watch out for those. You'll be setting up your payment method through Built, which is partnered with UWM now. So you're going to get a lot of points. I don't fully know how that'll work, but I'm excited to see, hopefully it's really going to, just give you some rewards, whatever it might be. Any video, even if it's, hey, I don't have any, I'm just sending a video to some real estate agents, or someone just completed their application. I just sent them a quote, and I just sent out a loan estimate to another client. And so I just sent a video highlighting the details of the loan estimate, as well as next steps. Okay, we just got a conditional approval on a loan. I just sent out the initial video introducing Haley as the processor and going over some of the line items. That way Haley's prepared and they know who to talk to about certain documents that need to be provided. So that's all of those videos count. When you are going through PropWire and you're adding people to your social media, whether that's Facebook or LinkedIn, I encourage to go back and watch the video about PropWire. And I think I entitled it something like Generate Your Own Refinance Business or something like that. If people add you on LinkedIn or Facebook, and this is Bradley, to answer one of your questions, you have to pay to get their emails, or you can just send them a video, because you're uploading it to Google Drive. When you do upload a video to Google Drive, you want to make sure that when you select the video, that when I click share, I don't click copy link right away. You can see this, right? Okay. I click share. And then what happens is it's going to say restricted. This is a shared folder, so it automatically is set to anyone with the link, but naturally it'll say restricted, which then you have to be sent a code and all this stuff. So just click anyone with the link and then copy the link, which is right down here. And so you can send that in a, in a LinkedIn message or even Facebook message. If you add them to Facebook or LinkedIn, I just say, hey, I'm a local mortgage broker and I was just doing some research on county records, and someone with your exact first last name in the city you live in popped up as having an interest rate of possibly this. I work with a lender that has a great promotion running right now, and I prepared this video going over some options if this is you. And just send it to them. If they say, no, I don't own a house, hey, no worries. Sorry, that's interesting. Someone has the same name in the area, whatever. Or you can just post videos to the internet. So if you want to do a quick 1-minute video on the conventional 1% down and post it to LinkedIn, or you're sending a video along with the transcription so that we can create a blog post specific for your landing page, which we're going to have some activities actually after this meeting today. We're going to be going over how you do that for anyone who can join or wants to join. But you're going to be sending those videos to Layla. She'll edit edit them and post them on our website, that counts as well. For your 2 videos a day. I mean, don't do 2 videos to Layla a day. It's pretty easy to send videos. You can record 1 video that you always send to real estate agents. So it should be really easy to do 2 a day. But 2 a day. Okay. Engage online. So I like this one because if you post anything on social media, it makes 0 difference if the algorithm with any social media platform does not say, hey, these people that Bradley is connected with they like to engage with his content. So what do I mean? You need to go and you need to fix the algorithm by liking and commenting on other people's posts. These could be past clients. I say stick with real estate agents because they're the ones that are going to get the biggest dopamine release in their head because no one likes their content. Look at their likes. No one likes it because it's dumb most of the time, which we're trying to fix. But just like and comment on it. All it is 10 a day. You'll see. So AI made this presentation. I just put in a really long prompt, and you're going to see one of the things it says as far as when you could do this. It literally is. It just says do this on your lunch because it's super easy. Okay. Next is expand your network. Add 10 high interest rate homeowners from PropWire to your LinkedIn. This is something that I think is going to be very valuable as rates go down, is this PropWire tool. So this is how you do PropWire, and I have a whole nother video, but you're going to pick a county that you're near. It's going to constantly pop up because it's a free platform, so they're trying to sell you. I narrowed my search down by doing assumable loans, which just means VA, FHA. I don't think USDA, but maybe USDA as well. Or you could just not do assumable loans. I do single family. You don't have to. You could do condos as well. I wouldn't probably do multifamily. And then I do the other filters were anything. Once again, go back and watch my video. But always owner occupied. Absentee owner, which is the same thing. No, it's literally the same thing. And then individual versus a business, bank, or trust. Cash buyer, no, because we're trying to get business. And then what I do is I just go line by line. And if I scroll down, estimated interest rate 6.19. This could be their interest rate. I don't know, but anything over 6.5 is usually the ones I stick with, or you can just add everyone because if rates drop below 6, there you go. There's someone for you. And then I go to owner and let's see, scroll up. There's their name. Gosh, screen. There's their name, and I copy and paste. I get rid of the middle name and go to LinkedIn. The other reason why you want to do Facebook is you can pick by the city that they live in. So Instagram, you can't really do that. And I just, if someone pops up, I click connect and I move on. So you're not actually, it doesn't count when we're not trying to get them to connect. Where's my presentation? That's not the point of this. It's sending the connection. So it's sending 10 connections or Facebook friend requests. You can create a business page on Facebook. If you want to use Facebook, you can create a business page, but you have to invite people to it. You don't want to post too much business related content on Facebook because Facebook does pick that up, but you do want to post some things. So I do like 2 business related posts a week, but that's it. You do in your bio, if you're going to use Facebook or LinkedIn, you need to have the company name, the company NMLS, and your NMLS number in your bio. Just throwing that out there. Yeah. You could put the state you're licensed in, but that's not really that important because it says where you live. So yes, you're going to do 10 a week. I think people are going to really start going to the internet when it comes to refinancing because most of them do not keep in touch with their loan officer, had a bad experience with the servicing, they don't trust the servicing. Most people don't remember where to log in to see like all the details of their loan. It's just on auto pay. And so if you can get in front of them first before they go to regular Google, it's just going to really pay off. Plus, if you're looking for more people to send video content and you get frustrated working with agents, or you just want to try to generate your own business, this is a great, like, you need a pipeline. And I think this is going to be one of the best ways to create a pipeline. If you want to host a local event and you want me to help sponsor that event, like, let's just say like a game night, a neighborhood game night or something, and you have, like, you go through and you add a lot of homeowners through Property Radar and you want to send them invites on LinkedIn, you have access because you're already connected to them on LinkedIn or Facebook. And now you're meeting with them, not talking to them about mortgages, but getting a chance to meet with them about something else face to face. Does that make sense? That's why this can be really valuable. I did this as a real estate agent. And so this is basically, I went on Facebook and anyone who was in our area, I just added them. And I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, although I post some things that people don't like, so maybe they deleted me. I'm probably at like 4,700 right now and going back up to 5,000. And then it caps you out. You have to create a new profile. You can only have 5,000 friends on Facebook. But I basically went through and I invited them all to my business page. Nothing happened. Then there was like this Pictures with Santa event that someone advertised. And I said, hey, yeah, I'll invite people. And so I invited them. And they said, hey, I can't make it, but I don't have kids that would want to attend that, but I have been looking to buy a house. Or, hey, I just canceled my listing with my agent because I got robbed during the open house. This happened to me twice. And I'm really mad at them. Can you come and talk to me about listing my house? So if it can work with the masses for a real estate agent, it can definitely work a little bit more targeted for us. And I'm actually having agents do this as well, but with like a different strategy on PropWire. Okay, next is, so the fourth task, post something on social media. So once again, to make the algorithm work for you, if you mix it with some personal and some business related stuff, people are going to like and comment on your personal ones because it's better, right? Everyone likes personal stuff. We're actually, and one part of this meeting is, I would really like, for those of you going out to UWM, to please take as many pictures as you can and send them to Haley. And and if you're creating marketing material for anyone through list reports, so someone says, yes, I'm doing an open house, or I just got a listing, please send it to Haley so that we can post it on our social media. We're trying to do more like personal stuff with everyone's face on it. So it should be the same for your personal profile. When you post something about your kids or your dog or your life or your food, people are going to like it. So then the algorithm says, oh, Sarah likes Tyler's content. So then it shows your next post, which happens to be business related, but the algorithm doesn't know that. Does that make sense? So that's why you want to kind of mix it up a little bit, but it's just post something every day. Once a month, you could schedule all of your content for the entire month through Brand 360 with UWM. And so it's pretty easy to do one post a day. This includes a story, a post to your story. This also includes sending stuff so we can post it on your blog, on our website. So that does count as well. And then last task is stay motivated. I was just talking with someone about this because he's a real estate agent, and he said, he knows a lot of loan officers that when he started hearing their income, he was pretty shocked. And he's like, I close 25 deals a year as a real estate agent. And I have to remind myself that, we can make doctor income. We shouldn't expect this to just happen right away. It's going to take some time. So we have to stay motivated. It's like Larry right now has been with us for quite a while, hasn't closed anything. He just met a most perfect connection. This guy is a business consult for big projects, like real estate development type projects of all kinds. Guy charges a lot of money to these people, but he needs a good loan officer. And Larry just came in at the right time and has some connections. And I think he's got like, I don't know, something like 800 or $700 million worth of loans in kind of like an underwriting phase. Who knows if they're actually going to pan out? And he's like, wait, what is my commission on this again? And I'm like, oh, this is a lot. So even if half of them pan out, holy shit. And so he said, what's funny is I was about to just not renew my license and cancel. And now I'm going to make possibly 4 times my annual income off one transaction. So just keep that in mind, that this is why every day we're going to keep reminding ourselves. So when I went out for Success Track 2 weeks ago, this was something that came up constantly. People are like, oh, well, this and this and this. And most of these people have been in the industry for a long time because it was like a leadership development class, and they're all whining and complaining. The market is what the market is. So what the instructor kept having to go back to is remind yourself why you got in this business. Remind yourself your dreams, your goals, what you were aiming for, because it will pay off. It just takes 1 or 2 agents who are committed to you. They'll pay your bills and some with their referrals. So that's the 5 habits in a day. And at the end of the day, email me or Mary or whoever. If you don't and you email me the next day, that's fine too. It still counts. This is what AI generated. Here's what I'd say is, make sure you plan your days. If you just let your days happen, nothing's going to happen. If you plan it, then you can probably look up a good saying that matches that. But this is what AI suggested. Lunch is a good time to like and comment. Posting in the evenings is great because people just got off work or whatever. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. Now, this was a stupid slide I added. Same thing with this one. It really valued us posting on social media and using PropWire because it did research itself, the AI tool, and it like really liked those ideas. That's why it adds those slides in. Okay, so a perfect week is 5 tasks as well. So first is you complete 5 perfect days. It doesn't have to be in a row. So if you miss a day and you want to complete it on a Saturday or whatever, that's fine too. So the next is you're going to host 3 Google meetings, in-person meetings, or seminars with someone, clients, referral partners, or you're going to go to networking events, but it's 3 a week. So on Fridays with our group activities that we're doing, that's where this is going to come into play, is we're going to plan out the rest of your week so you can hit those 3 meetings a week. This is something most mortgage coaches add into, like they all have this one in common, is have 3 meetings a week. Could be with past clients, just to go over options. Could be with a current client, a new client. You can host your own seminar, whether people attend or not, on Eventbrite, which is something we'll be doing as well, on the Tuesday workshops, but just 3 meetings a week, or in person. Even doing an open house with someone counts in that 3 meetings. Okay, quotes. You're going to send 5 quotes a week to either clients, potential leads, which that's where PropWire is really going to come into play, or past clients. So even if you send something to someone and say, hey, I know we just closed 4 months ago. This is where interest rates are at. And so it doesn't make sense for you to refinance unless if you use some of your equity to buy down the rate. Personally, I don't think it's worth it right now, but I just wanted to send you this video so we can stay in touch and just so you know that I'm still on top of it. If this is something you want to do because you want to lower your monthly payment, I'd be happy to hop on a call and go over those options with you. Boom, that counts. So when you start closing a lot of deals, that's going to really help you get more refinance business. I literally did that with someone and he said, you know what, if rates drop just a little bit more, I want to do what you just showed me. And I said, oh. Then the next day UWM announced, it was like rate and refi 90, where they gave 90 basis points off on refinances. I'm like, hey, I know we just spoke yesterday and you said you're not ready, but rates totally just dropped to where you said, and some. And he was, and got the deal. So that's 5 quotes a week. One-on-one call. So have a one-on-one call or meeting. Have two one-on-one calls with either me or your manager. If you have a manager, which like Tyler and Bradley, you just have me. But 2 a week, even if it's a quick phone call to tell me about your perfect day or to ask a quick question, or we're hopping on a Google Meets. I'm even going to count attending one of these meetings. That counts as your one of 2. And then the daily email. So email Cameron or your manager, actually probably me, every day about the perfect day or perfect week. So really just the 5th thing is just letting us know that you completed these perfect days and perfect weeks. There's technology that we can implement, but it would cost like a crazy amount of money to just track it ourselves. I don't know what this is, but yes. Does anyone have any questions about that? I know I talked for quite a while, so I apologize. Last thing that I wanted to go over is, and I know I'm going to be gone next week, so of course this will get thrown off, but is our daily group activities. Like, these are totally optional. We're going to try to record them, but obviously it's stuff that we're going to be doing together. So if you need more direction, accountability, or a lot of this is going to be strategizing together. So Mondays, we do Motivation Mondays. I'm going to be going over how to, we're all going to put together our lists of our referral partners, no matter who they are. And we're going to talk about what is it that I should be reaching out to this person this week and today. And so we're going to really, we should do this meeting in the morning, but I got to figure out my schedule a little bit more, but it'll probably be in the morning. We'll probably change it at some point. That way we can say, hey, Tyler just did an open house with so-and-so. What should he follow up with her today about? And we'll talk about it together. He shouldn't say, oh, those people that came to the open house, are any of them looking for a loan? Nah, don't say that. And we want to prevent everyone from doing things they probably shouldn't. We can all share ideas together. And I think it's going to help iron sharpen iron. What's that stupid saying? Is that it? Iron sharp. Yeah. But then we can say, Tyler, how'd the open house go? Only 5 people came by. Okay, let's send videos, because that's part of your video, to those 5 people this week, and tell the agent you're going to do that as like your way of following up. And that's what we would strategize. Tuesdays, which we'll do after this. I need to charge my computer in a sec, but we're going to be doing, so Layla, in a couple weeks, she's going to be taking over running this class. But she's going to show you how to either record your own video about a loan product in a simple, super easy way, or to host an online seminar and do this. So it's like doing one thing that hits multiple perfect everything. What she's going to show you then is how to take that video and get it transcribed so that she can convert it into a blog post. Because once again, what's going to happen is people are going to start going to the internet when it comes to refinances. And so she's going to be working with everyone on creating content that boosts your online presence. She and I have already been doing things, and we went from like 200, 300 site visitors a week to like, we're at 1,500 site visitors a week on our website. So I want to start boosting everyone's landing page. And the best way to do it is to have a video posted on YouTube with a whole transcription, because the more verbiage that matches exactly what someone types in the search bar will get them to your landing page. Does that make sense? So once again, that's going to be an easy, we have 2 days a week where we're going to put focus into refinance business. So then the next day, Wednesday, Haley is going to be showing everyone and doing kind of a, hey, here's what we just learned about Property Radar, or let's all go on together. And, for anyone who forgot how to do it or just wants to do it with us and talk with everyone, because it gets boring, right? Sending this stuff. So she's going to show everyone for like 5 minutes how to do it. And then we're all going to do it together. And that way we can all just say, Bradley, how's your day going? Any Christmas plans? and just honestly just do our 10 property radar connections. Thursdays, then she's going to go over list reports. So she'll be taking classes on property radar and list reports as well. So if she hears any good insights on how to use the tool better, she'll be going over that, but it'll be another strategy call of, hey, we just changed up our email. Cameron just changed up his email. It's been working really well. Or Mary's been changing up her email about new listings, and this is what she's doing. And then Friday, I'm going to hop on and we're going to be doing a meeting on planning your weekend and your next week. So per area, we're going to look up networking events that you can attend, which I should be attending one today. I'll see if I'm going to attend it. That are free, easy ways to network. I know 2 mortgage brokers who own their company but work for them just by themselves in Pennsylvania, and they do a decent amount of business. Both of them said that they get most of their business from agents and from this networking group they're a part of. This is just for business owners. So there's that. We're going to talk about, like, let's say you were to host a game night, or you're going camping with a big group of people, or you got invited to a Christmas game night or whatever. We're going to talk about in that Friday meeting, what are dialogue things you can say that aren't weird, but that prompt people to ask you more about what you do in mortgages. And that way you're building reputation wherever you go. Even open houses. Like, hey, Tyler says I'm doing 2 open houses this weekend. What should I say? What should I do? We're going to talk about it. So we're going to say, hey, when people walk in the door, it's so simple. Just tell the agent or say you'll take over and just say, hey, we have disclosures and some good promotions. We'd love to email you if you don't mind signing in. That way we can send you those disclosures and some deals we're offering people who came to the open house today. Just, fill out your information. Everyone will put their information. I don't know why, but that's the one. If you just say, hey, can you please fill it out? It's going to be chicken scratch and it's not a real email. But then we're going to talk about, hey, what should Tyler say as they're walking through the house? And what should he talk to them about? How should he coach his agent? Things like that. Does that make sense to everyone? Any questions about any of this stuff? Oh yeah, we got a Christmas party. All right. Well, I talked way too much and my computer is getting close to dying. I appreciate you all getting on the call today.